It is Saturday, the 16th of April, 2022, and we just departed the Bight after a fairly short stay. And that's because we've got some sketchy weather coming tomorrow, Sunday, into Monday. Latest weather files don't look quite so bad. Probably around here we're looking at like 20 to 25 knots with higher gusts. But it's a pretty powerful low pressure system that's going to come off the coast here. Anyway, we got light southerlies today. These are supposed to increase a bit, which is good because I don't want to try sailing in there in such light wind. Beaufort is kind of a tricky place to sail into. And basically you got to have southerly component winds to get in there. And the current is still ebbing now, but it's gonna turn in about the next half hour or so. And also the winds are forecast to pick up this evening, coming more kind of southwest. So hopefully that'll all work out. I can see that current. So we've entered into the inland waters past Fort Macon and the Coast Guard station. And so now we're coming up on the first challenge, which is to get into that narrow channel leading into Beaufort. What makes it so tricky is the flooding current is going at about a 60-degree angle to the channel. And you can see it just sweeping us past that red nun. And right to the west there is a submerged breakwall, so we got to be careful we don't get swept up on that breakwall. So right now I'm jibing her over and heading in a northeasterly direction as to try to counteract the effect of the current but still move north into the channel. And this wind is really getting soft, so I am quite antsy right now. It's also Saturday evening, and the runabouts are going up and down the channel, often with the music going, and the babes luxuriating in the forward settees or on the foredeck, which is quite the contrast when you're flirting with disaster. I'm jibing back over now, so we've gotten ourselves out of the grip of that cross current. That was the first major gauntlet. You can see that current is sweeping us right onto the shore, but we're through it now. Now it's just taking us where we want to go. So that's good. That's still a lot of current. Though I'm going to lose some power, I'm taking in the staysail, as it'll make the boat a little easier to handle in these confined waters. Even approaching the anchorage, that's still over a knot of current. And of course the wind is going to get fluky. Again, this is real-time vector edition. I'm going to put her about, which would put me on a course to cross ahead of the Valiant there, which is right off my starboard bow. However, I have to take into account this about a knot and a half of flooding current. In fact, what I really have to be careful of is that I don't get swept down on the boat right on my port side there. So as you can see, now I'm on a close reach. I'm even going to bear off on a beam reach and get through this line of boats. I'm looking around, making sure the wind's not going to suddenly quit on me. Keep going. Alright, I've made it through the line of boats and just going to get up close to this dredging operation here, but not so close that I foul it and drop anchor. And it looks like I picked my spot just about exactly right. This is the second time I've sailed into Beaufort, and both times I had the same feeling about it afterward, which is one, that I passed a test of advanced sailing skills, and two, it's a risky thing to do and probably a foolhardy one as well. Well, the lousy weather showed up right on schedule, and now I was glad that I decided to sail into Beaufort rather than try to weather this thing out at the Bight. And when it settled down, I walked into town to the Piggly Wiggly and stocked up on fresh groceries and took on fresh water. So it's always nice to have your provisions refreshed before continuing on, especially if you're heading offshore. Well, I'm going to try it here. Got a little bit of wind. Got about 45 minutes left on favorable current. So I'm going to try to get out by then. And I'm using the little outboard to give me a boost here. So we'll see how this goes. So far so good. I see some dark patches. Okay, I see some dark in water a bit, so it looks like there is some breeze out there. So that's good. I'm working my way out the channel, but still not getting much wind. And I'm also getting into wave action, which has me worried, because with too much wave action, it'll start dunking and then lifting the outboard out of the water, and I won't be able to use it anymore. My old fear of getting set onto a buoy. Looks like we'll clear this one. Maybe we'll get a little bit of breeze here. Oh no, it's slim pickings out here. But hopefully a little bit of breeze coming in. Of course, I've been saying that for the past half hour. This tidal current is going to turn against us pretty soon though. So hopefully a little bit of breeze will come in so we can escape the current flooding into the channel. A little outboard helps, but I mean, she's still an engineless boat. And the waters are flat enough I can use the outboard. The scaling oar would be useless against this current. It's too strong. So the engineless boat is really just helpless without wind. I mean, that's the reality of it. We get at least about 6 or 7 knots, and then this boat will start to move. Of course, it's dead on our nose to the Bight, but all right. After what felt like an eternity spent in windless purgatory, the gentle afternoon breeze fills in, and the little ship comes alive, moving once again under her own power. I'm going to put back into the Cape Lookout Bight for the night, as it looks like there's a decent weather window opening up tomorrow morning for the run out around Cape Hatteras into the Chesapeake Bay.